my name is Roseanne and welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed a different kind of practice yesterday with our yin, very grounding, very introspective, meditative practice. Today we have something very similar but more active. We're going to come into our practice through the sense of grounding, or with the approach of grounding. And grounding could be that sense of just being in your body, being here present, that embodied approach. Grounding can also be that sense of the contact that you have with your, or in your physical body, but with the ground. Grounding in that sense of settling to come back home to yourself, whether that's the space that you create or the feeling of being in your body. So when you're ready, let's start and I'll meet you in child's pose. We're starting in child pose, and that could be so big toes together, knees out wide, maybe knees together, entirely up to you. And we're just going to walk those hands forward. So again, options with arms, you might extend those arms out. You might fold the arms so that you can stack your forehead on top of the forearms. Absolutely entirely up to you. But as you settle in, just allowing your forehead to rest maybe on your arms or on the ground. And just taking the time to notice, how are you feeling today as we arrive physically, mentally, emotionally. As we arrive grounding in our practice, just to notice the tension, the space that we hold within our body. As we notice the contact that we have with the floor, the forehead, arms, knees, toes. And as always, it's guided by the breath. Deep breath in, maybe just noticing that restriction through the breath with the knees. And deep breath out. Nice, and no rush, just one more breath here as we make our arrival. Nice, when you're ready to maybe just start to wriggle fingers and toes and start to lift the head up, to stretch the arms out if they weren't already, so we can start to peel ourselves up. Nice, as we come in through to all fours to tabletop. So when we're in all fours tabletop, we're just going to start to bring knees underneath hips, hands underneath the shoulders, and we'll just take a few rounds of cow and cat, just starting to move within our body. So as we inhale, we're dropping the belly, broadening the chest, we're looking forward. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. And then as we exhale, we're tucking the chin in, rounding the back, drawing the belly button in. And do just take this time as you move in time with your own breath. If there's any areas or pockets of tension that you want to wriggle and move into, feeling free to do so. This is your practice, I'm only here to guide. Inhale, we drop the belly, we're broadening the chest. And then as you breathe out, we're finding that space in the back space of the body. Nice, and then from there, when you've finished one more round, so you finish on your cat pose, we bring ourselves back through to center and we're tucking the toes under. From here, we're just going to start to press the weight back. So use the hands, gently apply a bit of pressure so we're feeling that stretch within our toes there. So the toes are tucked under and we're putting a bit of weight into the feet. Notice that sense of grounding, the contact that you have with the floor, and grounding as well in yoga practices is to do a lot with postures in the lower part of the body. And if you feel okay there, you might start to walk the hands in. That adds a bit more intensity to that stretch. You might place all your weight into the hips, into the heels. If that feels too much, feel free to come back down. Nice, and we're just taking one more breath wherever you're at. Nice, and then from there, just walk those hands forward. And then we're just going to give the feet a good shake out. Give them a good tap, shaking that pose and the energy from the toes into the floor. Tucking the toes, start to walk those hands in. Start to peel the knees off the ground, and we're coming up here Finding a balance here, palms to the center of the chest. Nice, so I'll just face towards you so that you can see. My knees are facing forward. I'm sitting the hips right onto the heels, palms to the center. If you're not feeling so balanced here today, feel free to bring the hands down. Maybe you curl into a little ball to support yourself. Breathing there, feeling that connection through the ground, through the toes. Nice. And then from there, bring the hands down if you have the hands at the center of the chest. Separate the knees, walk the feet out. We're coming in through to squat position. So squat position, the knees are coming out. Heels can be lifted, heels can be onto the ground, entirely up to you. Palms to the center of the chest or on the ground if you're not feeling so balanced. And then on the inhale, finding that lift, pull up through the pelvic floor, finding that length through your back. And then as you exhale, the knees, using your arms, are going to draw out to the side. But there's slight resistance, so do lightly press the knees into the arms. Strong here in this seated squat position. Really rooting down through the feet, the toes, really rooting down through the hips. Again, that connection to the body and that lower part of your body. Through these grounding postures. One more breath here. Nice. From there we inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Lift the hips, start to walk the feet back. Coming in through to our first downward dog. Any point you don't fancy downward dog, you can always make your way into a child's pose. The one that we did at the beginning of the class. But if you're ready to approach your downward dog, we're breathing in, peeling the heels off the ground, and then breathing out, we're going to send one heel down. Inhale, both heels off the ground onto the tiptoes. Exhale, other heel down. Feel free to do that in your own pace and pedal the feet out. Just exploring again that lower part of your body. Fantastic, and then lower down. As you lower the knees down, we're going to release the toes and then send right foot back. The toes onto the ground as you press through the hands here to come into that stretch within the calf. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Gently pressing through the hands. Nice, one more breath there. Nice, from there we're going to look forward. And then I want to step that foot to the outside of that right hand coming into lizard pose. You can feel free to walk the hands slightly forward or maybe shuffle the back knee a little further back to allow the hips to draw towards the ground. And again, just find your space here. Deep breath in. And breathing out. Nice. Really feeling that again through the hips, through our lower part of our body. Nice. From there, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the back knee, step back through to downward dog. And then from here, feel free to lower the knees down. Otherwise, we're going to inhale, send right leg back and up into three-legged dog. And then step that foot forward in between the hands if you can. If not, you need to just shuffle the foot forward. That's it. And we're coming into lunge, but we're going to keep the back knee lifted if that feels okay. I'm going to give you a variation, but if you feel okay here, stay there. Alright, so the back toes are still tucked under. Inhale, we're lengthening. Lengthen through the spine, looking forward. On the exhale, we're going to send the hips back. Don't worry if you need to keep those knees soft, feel free to keep them soft, but just finding that lengthen or that stretch in the back of your thighs here in both legs. You feel it in the calf on the back leg, maybe your hamstrings on the front leg. Nice, you're drawing that back heel towards the ground. Don't worry if it doesn't touch the floor, mine isn't either. Inhale, we're through to lunge. Exhale, we send the hips back. And if that doesn't feel too great for you, you can lower the back knee. Inhale through to lunge with the knee on the ground. And then exhale, send the hips back. You're through. Nice, to half splits. So you can take that variation. Just depending on how your body feels today, remember to meet your body where it is today. Wherever you were at, last one there. Nice, and then wherever you're at, you're either coming in through to all fours or back into your downward dog. Nice, and maybe you pedal it out in your downward dog. Then when you're ready to, you come back through to all fours, take your time. I'm going to do the same sequence on the other side. Inhale, left leg sends back. And we're straightening out that back leg, drawing the heel towards the floor. So we're feeling that stretch through the calf. Remember to breathe, connect with your breath. Allow your breath to be your guide into your practice, into your pose. Each time that you breathe out, you might find a bit of space to press through the hands and allow that back heel to draw to the floor. Nice, and then we're looking forward, and then we're going to step that foot to the outside of that left hand. You might walk the hand slightly forward, you might shuffle the back knee a little further back just to allow the hips to draw to the floor. You're finding lizard on the other side. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Breathing here as we lengthen on the inhale. As we exhale, maybe we're allowing the hips to draw towards the floor. Again, just feeling that connection through your lower part of the body, the contact that you have with the ground, spreading those fingertips into the floor. Nice, last breath here. Nice, and then from here, tucking the back toes, lift the back knees, step through to your downward dog, or maybe down into all fours. And then if that feels okay, we're going to inhale, send the left leg back, even if you're in the all fours position. And then looking forward, we're going to step that foot in between the hands, and we're coming through to lunge with the back knee lifted. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, sit the hips back. Straighten out the legs, drawing that heel towards the floor. Inhale. And if you need to, lower the back knee. Exhale, half split. Absolutely entirely up to you. Listen to what your body needs, and also honor that your sides of the body feel different as well. No rush. Last round there. Nice, and then from there, take your time back through to lunge, tuck the toes, coming back through to your downward dog, all fours, cat-cow. Find what movement your body needs today. Nice, and from there, take your time to lower the knees so you can sit to the side, bring those legs forward. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, shoulders roll away from the earth. Nice, and then from there, inhale, we're finding that length. And if you feel this is enough for my hips, stay there. If you feel that there's space, you want to think about drawing the knees out to the side. So use your elbows, draw those knees out. You might find a bit of space to fold. Feel free to stay and breathe there. If you feel that there's more space, inhale, that length, pulling up through that pelvic floor up to the crown of the head, and then exhale, chest draws towards the feet. So find your version of where your body is today in that seated bound angle. We're breathing there for another breath. Nice. And no rush, take your time. We gently bring ourselves up. Feel free to give your legs a good shake out. Feel free to bring the feet out wide, rock the legs side to side. And whenever you're ready to, join me in a comfortable seated position. And at the same time, as you find that comfortable seat, the base of your body rooted into the ground. You find that gentle lift and lightness through your torso. So not forcing anything about puffing the chest and sitting up tall. soften, just find that length. Feel free to close down the eyes. As we take a moment to ground before we start our day. And hopefully, if you didn't really understand or maybe never heard the term grounding, that you're getting a little grasp or understanding of what that means to you personally. That sense of connection with the floor, that connection to your physical body, breath, being present. As we inhale, finding that wave maybe floating up as we expand the lungs. And as we breathe out, shoulders relax, face softens, feeling that draw back down towards our seat, towards our belly button, towards our legs. Hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, we'll circle those arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands down through center. Namaste. Welcome back. Thank you for joining practice, and well done as well for dedicating 11 days to yourself, to your practice. Hopefully maybe you're finding that starting your day or just practicing yoga every day has made maybe even just a little difference to your week, to your day, and just seeing how that is changing for you. Again, that sense of grounding and that being present with your body each and every day, giving that time back to yourself. And also, thank you for just sharing your experiences and sharing your practice and your journey with me. And I can't wait to hear more from you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 12. Bye.